I mean, you've just talked about connections there. So, I mean, last year, unfortunately, we never won the Premier League, never won the Champions League, but we won 2 cups. Surely one of your proudest moments last year was getting Calvin Harris on that bus at the end of the year.
Yeah, do you know what? It was a couple of years coming. We kind of had it sorted for when we won the Premier League, and then obviously that got ruined. I'd kind of touched base with him, not tempting fate or anything, but I think we are maybe 15 or 18 points clear in February. I thought, right, let's see if he's available, and just kind of give him the heads up and things like that. So we'd done it. He'd said he'd love to do it, everything like that, and then obviously it was then behind closed doors. And then when we won the cup and we realised that we were definitely going to do a parade regardless of what was happening, I thought, well, let's try it again. Let's see if he wants to do it again. And luckily he wanted to do it, and he was buzzing to do it. And yeah, it certainly made the parade different. That's for sure.
What was the initial conversation at the start? Did you?
Most of us disagree with that, don't we?
Yeah, I would disagree with the handball situation because, as I said to you when I first saw it, it deflected off his thigh, and quite clearly that can't be a handball. But there was a secondary action, and that was the one where he knocked the ball, the defender Senesi, away from Ekatike. Not too far. It's only a little bit of a space. And I'm thinking to myself, if he doesn't do that, he's got this clear run. So as I said to you, if he gets a red card in that situation, Sam, I don't think he'll have any complaint.
No, but can you understand people's confusion? Because Jamie Carragher is on the TV telling him that they denied it for one reason, and then all of a sudden we're getting a justification from the Premier League Match Centre which says something different. That creates a little bit of confusion. I mean, it's why we're here on a Monday to make sure there's clarity.
Yeah, I think, I don't know where Jamie Carragher got his information from, but the Premier League Match Centre has the ability to be in communication with the VAR hub, and that's
first 3 years of college. In his senior year at Stephen F. Austin University, he switched to the position of place kicker. If you are not familiar with American football, place kickers kick field goals and extra points after touchdowns. In 1970, Mosley was drafted 346 overall in the 14th round by the Philadelphia Eagles. He played for them for a season, and then he was dropped. Mosley then signed with the Houston Oilers. Once again, he was dropped after just one season. After he was released, no other team wanted to sign him, so he got a day job selling septic tanks. He kept practicing, and he wrote letters to a dozen teams asking for a tryout. His perseverance paid off.
Choice here, right?
the reason there was a bit of noise around it and surprised us. People didn't know the law. It was as simple as that, and people don't like it, but there's an acceptance now that it was the right call.
Hello and welcome to Men in Black, a brand new weekly podcast where we suit up in judgment and dive into the Premier League's most disputed VAR calls. I'm Sam Matterface, and today and for the rest of the season, I'm going to be joined by the former Premier League referee, Chris Foy. Hi, Chris. You okay? Are you looking forward to this? This is brilliant. I can't wait. I've always wanted to have a go at a referee.
Yeah, you have a go at me, Sam. You're getting a red. We're not messing about today, mate.
I'm only joking, Ref. Today, in the first episode, we'll be looking to cast our eye over some of the big incidents from the opening weekend of the Premier League season. And in future episodes, we're going to be looking at some of the grassroots big decisions that happen in your leagues near you. So make sure
like about $10,000 a month, right? The only problem is Courtney made all of this money on OnlyFans after she was accused of stabbing her boyfriend to death in April of 2022. So she kept posting 4 months after her boyfriend died because he had a knife in his chest. He was literally stabbed to death. And she kept posting. She kept making money. She was out there. She was actually running around town in Hawaii doing a lot, going to bars. So let's talk about the viral case of Courtney Taylor. She is often known as the OF model that has been arrested and charged with murder.
Because I think it's an eye of the beholder thing. I mean, if Hitler, for example, had been successful and we were today on the 6th or 7th leader of the Third Reich, since I think his entire history would be viewed through a different lens, because that's the way we do things, right? Genghis Khan looks different to the Mongolians than he does to the residents of Baghdad, right? And I think so an eye of the beholder question, I think, comes into all these sorts of things. As you said, it's a very slippery question.
Where do you put, as somebody who's fascinated by military history, where do you put violence as in terms of the human condition? Is it core to being human, or is it just a little tool that we use every once in a while?
So I'm going to respond to your question with a question. What do you see the difference being between
in a lot of games, maybe 3-2, 4-2, 3-1. I think Arne Slot and Liverpool players will want to see him get more solid defensively. I think the fullbacks will need to settle down a little bit defensively. Kirkes was quite rash, and he'll just need to, it's understandable. It's his first game at Anfield. Frimpong, I thought he was actually doing quite well, but obviously, again, he got substituted. So, yeah, there are some questions, I think, for Liverpool in respect of their sort of defensive side of their game and their balance in midfield. Obviously, without Gravenberch, they look like they lack a bit of legs, and there's a lot of space in there, which is not something we were used to last season. But they've got some very, very good players.
After scoring a goal that was like way more difficult to score, I used to be upset, celebrating, because I used to think, how did I miss the one before when I just scored this one? And that used to upset me. But that's just me, that's the way I've been brought up, and you can't take that out of you, and rightly so, because that may be the player I was. I was more playing like through patches, like 5 great minutes, and then suddenly you don't see me. Now that ability of maybe coming from the bench and changing the course of the game, because I wasn't thinking, I had no fear, so I wasn't thinking of, I won't try this because maybe. No, I just wanted to go out there and try to impress everyone, but I wasn't consistent. Also,
Right, we're going to end with Derby.
Yeah, please do.
Right, Paddy boy, what are you thinking? Is Hearts massive favourites for this one regarding the results for both teams this season? You would say on form, but it is the old cliche that form in these games goes out the window, I think. Hibs have won the last 2, I think. Do you see on that, Faddy, do you agree with that form goes out the window for these games? Like, surely the now, even if you're sitting here, you'd think that Hearts are going in feeling a lot better.
More confident.
Aye, more confident.
But Hibs go to Celtic Park.
I get a point.
Got a point. Okay, rode their luck, we all know that, but still got a good point. Derbies are different, aren't they?